somewhere y'all never really see me in. I'm in the car. I'm a passenger princess. I'm opening the vlog. So I'm just doing like a bookish like weekend or day type of vlog. And right now I'm waiting for my husband. He's in the store. And I'm me and my son are in the car. And I'm about to go to the Free Little Library. I have a bag full of books to give to the Free Little Library. I should show y'all. Okay. I have a bag full of books to get to the Free Little Library. So that's where I'm about to go right in like a couple minutes. So I'll show y'all. Y'all, it's the next day. I'm home, obviously, and I dropped off all the books from like 2 vlogs ago or a vlog ago, where I was saying like, oh, these need to go into Free Little Libraries. Like, I need to donate them. I was gonna sell them, but it's a funny story. So I showed y'all like, oh, I picked up Firstborn Girls by Bernice L. McFadden, but I had a feeling because my friend, she just put in a bunch of books into the that same Free Little Library like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. No, it was literally last weekend. What am I talking about? And during the week following us being at that Free Little Library together, she said something about like, oh, I had another copy of Firstborn Girls, but it got wet. Like she was gonna like give it to me, but she was like, oh, it's wet. So I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, I get my copy. But I was like, something, I was feeling it. I was like, this was wet. So I was feeling this and I was like, this was just wet. I could tell. You know, you could tell when a book was wet. So I texted her a pic of it. I was like, girl, is this the one that did you put this in the Free Little Library? Because I just took it. And she was like, yes. So that was just like, just a funny moment, like book girlies, like we just be knowing each other, and that was just funny. But I'm saving it for her because she wants to keep it anyway for a project. So I was like, I'll just save it for you. But I might go to the bookstore today. There's a marathon in my city. I live in a big city. Y'all already know. I live in Jersey City. So there's the annual is it a half marathon? I don't know. Basically the whole city is blocked off. Like the main arteries, the main streets. So it's difficult to navigate the city today. Like by car. By car is difficult. But I think even by foot actually, because certain streets are like really blocked off. Like literally there's a street by me, like one of the main streets, that is blocked off. So they said like before 3 or 4 p.m. today, it's gonna be hard to navigate the city. So let's see. Like my group chat's already been going off all morning. Like so like certain friends like, oh, they had to cancel their kids swim classes, lessons and stuff like that because they just couldn't get to you know, where they need to be, like certain neighborhoods because of the marathon. But it's cool. I was just telling my husband yesterday, because you know, I'm going through my health stuff. I'm like, like, once I get the surgery and once I get healthy, I want to start training for the Jersey City Marathon. So I'm like, so I could, next spring it could be me out there. Cause just like, you know, when you go through stuff, I know I'm like this when I go through stuff. I like, once I get better, it's like I want to come back hard. So I do like exercising and go hard and stuff like that. So that's what I'm like, that's what I'm feeling like. Y'all, my son is having like a tantrum, but my sister-in-law is here too, so she's stepping in. Shout out to community, shout out to family who could be like, get your kids together for you. But anyways, so yeah, that was just a funny story about this. I'm excited to read it because my friend who this book is from, she's been singing his praises. You know what's funny, y'all? Okay, I'm sorry I'm going on tangents. A lot of my friends are the oldest daughter. A lot of my friends. Even my big sister, who is like my first best friend. She's obviously the first daughter. And I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest daughter, and I don't think I have a lot of friends. I have to think really hard. Either a lot of my friends are like the only girl or they're the oldest girl. I think maybe one friend I could think of who she's like a middle child and she's the youngest girl. Yeah. And she's youngest. But yeah, so it's just like Blue Sisters, it's good. It's always good to get perspective of like different, you know, people. So yeah. I have this, but it's not mine, but I'm gonna get it, I think, today. That's why I was talking about the marathon. Because like I might be able to go to like the closest bookstore to me, and online it said they have one copy, but let's see. Anyways, and then this is what I'm currently reading. Brought Up Sea. I'm finally reading it, y'all, by Christina Cook. It's a novel. It's a Jamaican novel. It's very short. I think it's like 200 something pages, so I should be able to go through this. Yes, 209 pages. So let's see. So now I want to get to the book mail. So first is I have publisher book mail that I'm so excited about. So first is from Astra House. I got this poetry book. Is Broken Halves of a Milky Sun by Ayun Nin. I know she's Angolan. She's an African author. Yes, and she's Angolan. I believe this came out a few years ago. So I love that the publishers will send you a whole info sheet of the book you get. Yeah, so this was published in 2022. But I'm assuming... So I'm assuming this is like a re-release. I don't know. But yeah, so this is a poetry book. So it just says it's her debut. She untangles the complexities of the immigrant experience, explores the effects of persecution and exile, and revels in the liberating power of queer love and desire. Y'all know I'm in my poetry bag right now. So, and I just love this. Like, it's such a pretty color. I love a red book. And I love the title, Broken Halves of a Milky Sun. What does that mean? So let's see. I'm excited about that one. And then from Simon Mary Sue Ricci books, I got The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. I haven't been really reading thrillers since I haven't read a thriller since like the fall. Like a popcorn thriller, but I've been slowly getting back into the mood of it. So I'm excited they sent me this, and they also sent me an info sheet. I love that. This one is about, so a decade ago, 2 vans filled with high school seniors on a school service trip crashed into a Tennessee ravine. Only 9 survived. A year later, after one of the survivors dies by suicide on the anniversary of the crash, the rest of them make a pact to come together each year to commemorate the terrible night. That's all I'm gonna read. So you already know some mischief is gonna happen. Next is another nonfiction. This is Defund: Black Lives, Policing, and Safety for All by Sandy Hudson. And this is from Pantheon Books. So this one, I've been seeing it on Instagram, like Bookstagram. So I'm excited that they sent me this one. So this was released, I believe, in beginning of April. Okay, it must have been like April 1st. Okay, so this one it's a fiercely argued, deeply informed examination of why defunding the police is the only way to support a model of security and protection that increases public safety overall. So y'all know this is gonna be a read. And then now I have a book out. I love to share like my book outlet finds with y'all. So I actually received this maybe like a week ago, but in my last vlog I was like, oh, I'll talk about it there, but I like ran out of energy. But I have energy today, so I need to, you know, I need to not maximize it, but like just talk about it. Okay, so here is my book outlet haul from like the last 2 weeks, for when I was sick and depressed and need to cheer my future self up. Anyway, so I ordered Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. Y'all know I read Parable of the Sower in what, January or February? I believe it was February. Yeah, because Buddy read my friend. So I'm into Octavia. I'm into Octavia E. Butler's work. So I think I saw online somewhere like, if you read Parable of the Sower, like go into this series. I think this is a 2-book. The Lilith's Brood. I think it's like a 2 or 3 book series. This one. So it says, when Lilith Iapo wakes from a deep sleep, she finds herself aboard a vast spaceship haunted by confused memories of a nuclear war that ravaged the world. She discovers that she's being held by the Oankali, a seemingly benevolent alien race that intervened in the human race's extinction, rescuing the survivors from the ruined planet and placing them in a coma-like sleep for centuries. Wow. Okay. So here's Dawn. And then here is Pet by Kweki Emezi. And y'all, side note, she has a new one coming out. I didn't realize how many books she has published. She has a new one coming out at the end of April called like So Medina. And she has another one, like a fantasy, coming out in the fall. I want to say like September, something like that. So this one is, I believe it's a YA. And Brynn, she did a reading vlog on this like a couple weeks ago. And I already owned Bitter, not knowing that Bitter was a second book in this series. So when Brynn talked about this book, I was like, all right, let me get Pet. And then thank God book outlet had it. So it's like, how do you share the truth when the world is in denial? There are no monsters anymore, or so the children in Lucille are taught. Jam and her best friend, Redemption, have grown up with the lesson that the city is safe for everyone, but when Jam meets Pet, a creature who some might call monstrous, but in reality is anything but, she must reconsider what she's been told. Okay, so that is Pet. And then I got Masquerade. It's another one that I've been like just eyeing every time I go to like Barnes or just any bookstore and I see it, because the cover is like, whoa. And this is by O.O. Sangoyomi. I think it's just like, ooh, okay, so it has a map. It has a map. Okay, so it's one of those. Oh gosh. Okay, so this one, it says Her Rise to Power, Pagan in Blood. Set in a reimagined 15th century West Africa, Masquerade is a dazzling lyrical tale exploring the true cost of one woman's fight for freedom and self-discovery, and the lens she'll go to secure her future. That's all I'm reading. That's Masquerade. Next, I got The Between. It's such a little pocket book that I'm like a little annoyed about that. This is Tanana Reeve. I read and loved The Reformatory by Tanana Reeve. It's one of my favorite books in the world. I read it last year. 2024. So when I saw like, oh, it's time to review, I was like, let me see what this is talking about. I just don't like how little it is. Look, my hand is just bigger than the book. Okay, let me, is there no synopsis? I think it says, so all it says is Hilton was 7 when his grandmother died, and it was a bad time, but it was worse when she died again. Let's see. So, oops. Uh-oh. Okay. Next, I got What We Leave Behind by Wanda M. Morris. I've seen a lot of you guys talk about this one, and it's been all over Bookstagram, BookTube for like the last year or two. So, yeah. So I was like, okay, I see it on here, book outlet. Let me see what it's talking about. So, so this is following. So it's a thriller, a haunting thriller following a lawyer who, after the mysterious disappearance of a local landowner, uncovers a conspiracy that dates back to Reconstruction and persists in half the United States today. I'm ready. Because I've heard that this is about like generational wealth in terms of like land and who owns the land and things like that. And I've been reading a couple books with that theme and within the last month or two. So that's very timely. And next I got The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. I know the movie. Was it a movie? I know the movie just came out, I believe, to theaters and to streaming, I believe. I don't know. Don't quote me. In March, so, or February and March. So, but I was like, I still want to read the book still. And it's very similar to The Reformatory in terms of, yeah, let me read the synopsis. Okay. So it says, when Elwood Curtis, a black boy growing up in 1960s Tallahassee, is unfairly sentenced to a juvenile reformatory called the Nickel Academy, he finds himself trapped in a grotesque chamber of horrors. Elwood's only salvation is his friendship with fellow delinquent Turner, which deepens despite Turner's conviction that Elwood is hopelessly naive, that the world is crooked, and that the only way to survive is to scheme and avoid trouble. As life at the academy becomes ever more perilous, the tension between Elwood's ideals and Turner's skepticism leads to a decision with repercussions that will echo down the decades. Wow. Okay, so, yeah, so that's The Nickel Boys. I'm glad it's not too long because I know it's a heavy subject. And I don't want to have to read it too long, like The Reformatory, but I've heard nothing but good things about Nickel Boys, so I don't want to say I'm excited because it's a tough subject, but I am. And then next is The Lion Women of Tehran by Marjan Kamali, and I know this one came out last year, 2024, I believe. So this one, I love the cover. So this one is a heartfelt, epic new novel of friendship, betrayal, and redemption set against 3 transformative decades in Tehran, Iran. Yeah. So I'm excited to read this one. It's been on my radar seriously since it came out. And I believe it was 2024 when it came out. And it was like big marketing for it, I remember. And then next is another book that's been on my radar for so long. So this is The Age of Magical Overthinking by Amanda Montell. It's a nonfiction. Yeah, it's notes on modern irrationality. So I think it's like basically a nonfiction about like anxiety. So it says, from the best-selling author of Cultish and host of Sounds Like a Cult podcast. That's a funny name. A blend of cultural criticism and personal narrative that explores our cognitive biases from the IKEA effect to the sunk cost fallacy. Yeah, so I kind of don't know what it's about, but it sounds like it's about like overthinking and irrational anxiety. yeah, so I'm excited, really excited about this one. 'Cause I think like for like 2 years, I think I've been like thinking about this one, and like it's been on my Goodreads TBR, so I'm excited. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna share for today. I got some book mail, and I shared my latest book haul. I think I am on a book buy manual, unless it's like like a new release, you know. But like in terms of like a book haul, I think I need to slow down. I need to slow down. I am. So yeah, I think this could be the last book haul for like maybe till summer. Let's say till June. Let's stay until June. Okay, let's see. I think until June, yes. So I got some publisher book mail. I got my own book mail from Book Outlet. I gave you all my reading updates, like what I've been reading. And we went to the little pre-library. And yeah, so I will see y'all in the next video, vlog. I don't know what I'm doing next. And as always, thank y'all so much for watching my videos. Make sure to like and subscribe. And leave a comment. Leave a comment telling me what your current read is if you made it this far. Alright, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.